Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ridwan and I will explain Lab 2.2 about Ip Dhcp server. And the first, you can open Winbox application, login as admin and select MAC address to connect. And before you start the config in this magnetic router, you can change the identity system disk with the command system identity segment. In this, I will my name is DK and click enter. And the first, you can check interface list with the command interface print. And you can see this interface list, either 1 until 5 and while on 1, and status either 2 is running and while on 1 status is disabled. In this, I will use connection. The port interface is Ether 2. Before the next step, configuration Ip Dhcp-Server, you must add IP address in this router, and I will add IP address in this router with the command IP address, add address, and in my text, IP address is 192.168.70.1/24 and slash interface. In this, I will use the interface Ether 2. If you done, you can click enter, and you can check the result with the command IP address print, and you can see the show successful added IP address in this router. And if you don't edit IP address, you can start the configuration Ip Dhcp-Server to set up with the command Ip Dhcp-Server setup. And the Dhcp server interface is Ether 2, and the Dhcp address path is automatically. This is 192.168.70.0/24 and click enter and select gateway, and in this Dhcp server, this gateway is 192.168.70.1 and click enter. And in this range IP address to give out, and in my text, range IP from 192 92.168.70.20 up to 100 up to or until 100 IP 192.168.70.35. If you don't, you can click enter and select DNS server. In my text, DNS server is 16.2.15.6. If you don't, you can click enter and select list time. In my text, list time setting is 30 minutes. If you don't, you can click enter and you can check the result. Any application or feature this network or control panel and network and connection and view network status and text and change adapter setting. In this any Ethernet, you can double click left and you can check properties and select IPv4 or TCP, and in this make sure IP address and DNS server setting is our setting to obtain. If the setting this, use the following. If you don't obtain, you can click OK, and you can check in details. In this, you can check this configuration Ip Dhcp-Server in this router microtip has successful configure any IPv address, have IPv address and subnet have subnet mask, have default gateway and the DHCP server and DNS server same as in the configuration before in this Winbox application. To configure IP DHCP-Server. If you don't, you can click close and you can open Winbox and you can type with the command IP DHCP-Server list print to check the result and click enter and you can check. You can see the show IP DHCP-Server status is dynamic or automatically active and successful configuration IP DHCP-Server in this router microtip, and the status is bound and any host name and any server. In this see the CLI. If you check the UI, you can check UI IP, DHCP-Server, and select list, and you can see same as with the CLI in Winbox. Any address, MAC address, client ID, server, active address, active MAC address, active host, and expire after. If you don't, you can close. And I think that's all. Sorry for my mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.